Good morning and happy Wednesday. I'm Robin Lee. I'm a medical intuitive and I've been in practice for over 32 years. I'm very eager to spend this awesome time with you on Wednesday, and it's a very important subject. I've been showing up every Wednesday for the last year to help support you and anchor you into understanding how your choices affect how your body feels, how your mind feels, and how your lifestyle can affect your overall health and wellness, both mentally and physically. So, a really important thing to understand and be willing to learn about our personal responsibility in our health and in our wellness. So many of us maybe say we know, but if there's enough questions that are asked, we actually don't know what we need to do to be able to take really good care of our bodies. We're starting to head into cold and flu season, all the more reason to have a confidence in our self-care and pay attention to how it is that we're taking care of ourselves to ensure that our body can function at the highest level possible to fight off bacteria, viruses, anything that's going on that could make us not feel good and could kind of kick us in the pants for a couple of weeks. Some of the viruses going around right now are very, very, very strong. So it's really good to learn how to be able to prioritize self-care. So the number one thing around boosting your immunity and supporting your immunity is making sure actually that you're drinking enough water. Hydration is a really important piece of the puzzle of overall health and wellness. Most people need 80 to 100 ounces of water to be able to kind of stay in the flow. The reason that number is so high is because people drink coffee, they eat a lot of processed foods, and they also actually eat a lot of sugar and sometimes a lot of alcohol. So the more processed foods you eat, sometimes you want to think about it as we need hydration to kind of break up whatever is starting to accumulate. If the body doesn't see something from a point of being a whole food, it's not going to know what to do with it, so it starts to store it and it starts to become a very toxic energy in the body. That's why I talk a lot about whole foods, eating foods that are close in nature. And when I ask clients, like, how are you doing with that? A lot of people don't know even what that means. So foods that are close in nature are kind of eating foods like you would find them for the most part. So whole fruits, whole vegetables, whole proteins, and some fats are a really good way to kind of anchor in to overall health and wellness. We want to pay attention to real focus right now of helping the body feel like it's in a flow. So if you're drinking enough water for your particular body, again, 80 to 100, 80 to 120 ounces is a really good number for most people based on their daily habits. What happens is it allows things to kind of move through the system. It can break apart toxins. It can break apart things that might be clumping together. And the body's kind of trying to figure out, what do I do with this? And when we give ourselves enough hydration, the body's able to flush things out that it no longer needs so that it can stay in a higher level of attunement with the moment in front of us. So water by far is one of the most critical things that most people are not getting enough of. On top of that, a lot of people take a lot of vitamins, they take a lot of commercial supplements, or they take a lot of medications. All the more reason you want to drink a bunch of water. The best thing to do with water is drink 4 to 6 ounces every half hour to be able to help the water assimilate. A lot of you tell me that you're drinking a ton of water. You're drinking 32 ounces first thing in the morning. That can be kind of hard for the body to be able to assimilate and connect in with. So it can flush the body kind of rapidly, but it can also get rid of a lot of really vital minerals and nutrients in the system. So it's something to kind of think about. A small consistency is what we're wanting to do in the healing process. And by far, hydration is your number one thing you can do to really enhance your overall immunity. So again, walking into cold and flu season to help heal your body and to get it as strong of a warrior that you possibly can, that warrior energy requires positive amounts of water. That's the best place to start. Number one, if you're working on building healthy habits when it comes to helping build your overall immunity and your immune system response. Very, very, very important. The second most important thing is paying attention to how much processed foods you eat and how much processed sugar you consume. You might not think you're eating a lot, but I would challenge you to really pay attention. I would really challenge you to pay attention. How much processed foods are you eating? The more processed foods you're eating, the more energy your body has to have breaking down that particular food or foods that you're consuming. So you have so much energy. Your body could be working on building positive things in the body and rejuvenating, or it can work with kind of maintaining where you're at. Or if you're eating too many processed foods, it starts to actually get depleted over time because your body may not have the energy reserves that you think it does, honestly. We minimize how important our choices are a lot of the time. And when we start to wake up to really paying attention to our choices, it helps a lot. So if you're watching this and you're thinking, I want to learn more about how food is medicine, make sure you subscribe below because you will get information every Wednesday about how to do that. You can also connect in, reach out to me, check out my website. And if you want to just say hi, you're welcome to say hi. Send me an email if you want to be able to learn more about how to care for yourself. We're obviously all very different. And on some level, we have different needs, but there's general needs, water being one of them that we all have. If we're taking supplements and you're not drinking enough water, it's very hard on the bladder and it's very hard on the kidneys. So oftentimes people don't understand that, but we have filters in the system and they start to get congested. You have to take personal responsibility for what you're choosing to put into your body. So challenge yourself. Use this station for the next couple of weeks as a way of challenging yourself, learning how you can incorporate small, consistent habits and see what you notice to support yourself. Track your water intake. Don't just think you're doing what you think you're doing for water. Most people think they're doing more than they actually are. It's a strange thing. I see it every day. Once people start doing what they think they're doing, meaning they start tracking it, an epiphany kind of goes off and then they start paying attention to what else they're actually doing. So you find one thing to focus on, start tracking it, and then you start to become mindful about other things going on in your day-to-day routine. Your routine can be the most amazing building block of health in your entire life, and it can be the worst destruction possible in your life if your routine is not on point for self-care. So it's not that you have to sit at home and take care of yourself all the time, but even just with water, make sure your water is from a clean, clear source. Make sure it's a good quality water. Make sure that you're not drinking huge glasses of water, stressing the system out because it's going to throw your mineral reserves off. 4 to 6 ounces every half hour is a pretty good mark. Some people do 8 ounces. That's fine. I wouldn't recommend more than 8 ounces ever in one shot because A, you'll always be in the bathroom. B, it will flush you out. You'll start to feel kind of a little bit off. You might need an electrolyte replacer or something to help balance the minerals because you're flushing things too quickly. So it's very, very important. I would not recommend drinking distilled water. Drink something that has some base minerals in it. That's a clean source water for yourself. And that's a really important piece of the puzzle for health and wellness. Health and wellness is not a mystery. It's that our lives have become so out of balance that everything becomes important besides taking care of ourselves. So with the help of awesome hydration, starting today, you will start to feel more clear-minded. Your gut will start to harmonize. You're going to start having more positive bowel movements. You're going to start having less sugar cravings. You'll have more energy. And over time, you'll get more sleep. So that leads me to my last statement about boosting your immune system with water. Try to stop drinking water by 6:30 at night at the latest so that you're not going to the bathroom interrupting your sleep. It's really important to understand small, consistent amounts of water. So maybe you set an alarm until you get into your normal habit of sipping consistent amounts of water. And then cutting your cutoff time by 6:30 at night. Some of you might do 7 o'clock. Don't go later than that so that the body can actually rest and it can actually rejuvenate and it can actually heal throughout the night. Your sleep is critical for immune system function and for overall health and wellness. For me, that's how I rate the health of a person, is the quality of their bowel movements and the quality of their sleep. If their sleep is not on point, their bowel movements are not on point, long term, they will likely have some health concerns that they need to iron out. So remember, a lot of the symptoms that we learn are normal and they've been normalized are not normal when it comes to alternative medicine and healing. What's normal is for the normal people that don't believe that you can heal your body based on how you care for your body. They oftentimes don't believe that their habits are the cause of a lot of the illnesses that are going on. For example, colon cancer said 80% of colon cancer would be non-existent if people fine-tune their diet significantly. That means 20% would be left of that 100% number of colon cancer cases. 80% could be prevented based on overall diet. But we don't hear these messages enough to be able to remember these things. So join this channel. I try to keep the videos anywhere from 8 to 15 minutes tops. And it's to help inform you, to help inspire you, and to help remind you that you are wise, that you just need to learn choices and how important the choices are by paying attention. Get consistent small amounts of a clean source of water. Finish by the end of 6:30 at night. Get consistent with that. Be curious, do I notice any difference by the end of the day? Do I notice any difference? Am I noticing anything at all? Pay attention. Don't just do it because somebody's telling you to do it. Do it from the logical perspective. It's like a river and it's flushing out anything that you're going to be around, anything that might get stuck inside. It's flushing it out of the system to help you be strong, healthy, stabilized, and balanced. And if you need anything, or you have any questions, or want clarity, or you want me to do another video on something, just post below. Give me a thumbs up if you like the messaging. Whatever it is, let me know and I will show up and help support you however I possibly can. Be healthy, be strong, and have faith and have certainty in how you're taking care of yourself, telling yourself, my body is strong and healthy. I make choices to allow my body to feel and connect to how strong and healthy it really is. Such an important thing to focus on. Instead of the fear of getting sick, or the fear of this, or the fear of that, what's a positive thing that I can do to enhance my health and well-being? Big hugs.